Black, half-football field-sized, triangular UFO seen hovering over California military base for 10 minutes before vanishing in dramatic footage taken by Marines in 2021. A black triangular-shaped UFO with 5 red lights was seen hovering in the night sky at Camp Wilson in California on April 20, 2021. At least 50 Marines saw the phenomenon and recorded the craft hanging in the sky for about 10 minutes before it vanished without a trace. A giant, black triangular-shaped UFO hovering over a California military base was caught on 6 videos and witnessed by 50 U.S. Marines in 2021. One stunning picture shot by an officer at Camp Wilson in 29 Palms on April 20, 2021 shows the apparently triangular object with lights on its edges, above the desert mountains, where it hovered for 10 minutes according to witnesses. Videos show the lights of what some of the Marines believe was a craft, hanging in the dark sky, shot between 8:24 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. At 8:29 p.m. one video recorded troops shooting a flare into the sky in an attempt to illuminate the object, which had 5 red lights. However, before they could fully illuminate the black triangle, it vanished without a trace. A black triangular-shaped UFO with 5 red lights was seen hovering in the night sky at Camp Wilson in California on April 20, 2021. At least 50 Marines saw the phenomenon and recorded the craft hanging in the sky for about 10 minutes before it vanished without a trace. One picture shot by an officer at Camp Wilson in 29 Palms on April 20, 2021 shows the apparently triangular object with lights on its edges. The footage, recorded by Marines using their smartphone cameras, appears to depict 5 lights arranged in a triangular formation. Soon after the encounter, Marines said dozens of trucks and multiple helicopters rushed to that area of the base, with choppers flying overhead until around 11:30 p.m. that night. Witnesses' estimates of the unidentified object's size ranged from the size of a stealth bomber, which has a wingspan of 172 feet, to approximately half the length of a football field. Journalists Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp acquired 6 pieces of film footage that captured the event from 2 angles, as well as an accompanying photograph, which they are releasing through their podcast, Weaponized. The footage, recorded by Marines using their smartphone cameras, appears to depict 5 lights arranged in a triangular formation. The incident has echoes of the infamous Phoenix Lights case, a well-known mass sighting of a giant triangular-shaped UFO that occurred over the city of Phoenix in 1997, with witnesses including then-Arizona Governor Fife Symington. A mortarman serving at Camp Wilson during the 2021 incident spoke with Corbell, and took a high-exposure photo on his smartphone which revealed the outline of an object. The object appears to be triangular, surrounded by lights spaced evenly around its edge in a V formation. The mortarman, who DailyMail.com is keeping anonymous, described how one of his companions witnessed the object materialize from nowhere. "One of my buddies was outside. He was looking at the sky and said that it just kind of appeared out of nowhere. And we all came out and looked, and then slowly like 50+ people started coming out and looking. Those lights appeared out of nowhere." He added that despite their military experience, none of the Marines could recognize the craft, and described their reaction as baffled. The incident has echoes of the infamous Phoenix Lights case, a well-known mass sighting of a giant triangular-shaped UFO that occurred over the city of Phoenix in 1997, with witnesses including then-Arizona Governor Fife Symington. The mortarman, who filmed and photographed the object, said, "If you look at the picture, you can see a black triangular shape. With the picture I took with the black triangular shape underneath the lights, it's definitely not any type of flare thing or illumination rounds." The witness said the apparent object remained stationary for approximately 10 minutes. But a Marine can be overheard on one of the videos saying that the triangle appeared to be in motion. Another Marine was serving as an artilleryman at the base when he saw the UFO. He firmly rejected any suggestions that the lights could be attributed to illumination rounds fired by artillery, or any other mundane explanation he might have recognized. This was something none of us had ever seen before. It was a completely different color, the size, And the illumination was different, he said. When we shoot illumination rounds, it's one, you shoot in the air and let it drop, and then you shoot another one. This was like 5 right next to each other and they're kind of reddish, and our illumination rounds are a yellow-white color. The artilleryman compared the UFO's size to a stealth bomber, while the mortarman described it as equivalent to the size of a 3-bedroom house. Another witness who spoke with Corbell likened it to being approximately half the size of a football field. Witnesses also reported additional peculiar lights circling the object throughout the encounter, which can be faintly observed in the footage. Illumination rounds were eventually fired over the UFO by Marines, captured in one of the videos. But before the object could be illuminated, it suddenly disappeared. The mortarman described the event: those 2 orange lights, the actual illumination rounds, went up over top of it, the UFO. And then after that, it just disappeared. Like just straight went black, and then helicopters started hauling towards it, and then started circling the area. The artilleryman said he witnessed a convoy of over 60 military trucks joining the helicopters traveling to the location. These helicopters were circling for a good bit afterwards. And there was a convoy as well that went out. A 60-plus truck convoy. The witnesses involved struggled to find explanations. I don't think it was anything US military, the mortarman told Corbell. It was definitely some type of UFO, and the government was trying to look for it after it disappeared. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell that was. I've never seen anything like it. Journalists Jeremy Corbell, Pictured, and George Knapp acquired 6 pieces of film footage that captured the event from 2 angles, as well as an accompanying photograph, which they are releasing through their podcast, Weaponized. Speaking to DailyMail.com, Corbell, who has spoken to numerous witnesses, claimed that the incident had not been reported to the U.S. government's UFO Investigations Office, known as the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AARO. Due to the location of this mass UFO sighting, within the restricted airspace of one of our active United States military installations, significant amounts of data was accumulated and includes radar, thermal, electro-optical and signature intelligence, Corbell told DailyMail.com. On-base documentation is also presumed with high confidence to have been generated, due to protocol and witness-observed response. This case had not been properly reported through the active United States UAP investigation channels, under the authority of the Department of Defense's AARO, All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office. AARO has now been informed of this presumed incursion. If the public wants to understand more about this UAP encounter, we will need to encourage our representatives to ask questions and push for answers. This was Trill for the Team Section 51. Thank you for watching, humans. Please, like, share and subscribe to Section 51. Live long and prosper.